Hello everyone. Today I will be reviewing the V-Moda Crossfade 2 Wireless. The V-Moda Crossfade 2 Wireless is an over-the-ear headphone. It uses a 50 millimeter drivers, so it's pretty large, and it has new larger stock cushions compared to V-Moda's previous headphones lineup, where it uses a much smaller stock pad. So it fits my ears pretty well. Um, it has the power switch here, so you can see I already have it on. But if I turn it off, I turn it back on. So yeah, the switch here is to power on your device, and that indicator, that light, if it's white, then you know that it has a good charge, and it turns orange when the battery is goes low. Battery life is it's pretty decent. I get about 11-ish hours maybe. It could be better, but that's okay in my case. I don't have a problem, but yeah, so if you ran out of battery, if you need to charge, you can use the micro USB. It's using the older one, not the new micro USB-C for charging. So I hope once if V-Moda releases a new headphone, that they might switch to the USB-C, because it's 2019, right? There's lots of new devices using USB-C for charging. My phone uses USB-C, so I don't see why they still stick to this one. But anyways, if you are wanting to use it wired instead of wireless, maybe because you ran out of battery, you can use the 3.5 millimeter jack. Or if you want to listen to its full fidelity, then you can also use the wired connection, because even though if you're using Bluetooth, it has a slight loss of detail. It's not that noticeable, but I'd still go for the 3.5 wired connection. But when I'm on the go, when I'm running, Bluetooth is usually fine for me. And you can see below here, it has a microphone, and the microphone is actually pretty good. It's probably not the best if you're using it for gaming, but if you're using it for calls, then it's pretty good. Yeah. So, oh, and by the way, when you're using it if you're using it wirelessly for audio for gaming, in my experience, I did not get any latency. However, when I tried it with my virtual reality headset, I can tell there is latency. So you're using this for Beat Saber wirelessly, you will notice the latency, because when you're playing the game, you can hear the music is slightly off to the beat in the game. So if you're any game in general, not just VR, I'd recommend using a wired connection for no latency. So yeah, the pads are soft. They're actually different from V-Moda's extra large pads that they sell separately. The extra large pads that they sell are slightly thicker, just a tiny bit thicker. But in my experience, when I had the V-Moda LP2s, and I used the extra large memory foam cushion pad that they had, it actually over time it lost its like airiness where it's sort of flat now. It doesn't really go up to the way it is. While this headphone with the new pads installed, these pads go up and they're not, like stuck flat, like squished. So they're good. And I've had these headphones for almost 2 years now. So yeah, the new pads are a much a bigger difference than the other one. So these new pads are good. You can bend and twist. I don't want to show you guys how much you can bend and twist because I don't want to cause any damage, although you shouldn't, because these are known to have really good build quality. The band is known to to flex and twist, like really you can do it for a good amount and it still doesn't break. So yeah, I had the LP2s before and I flattened the band many times and it did not even break at all. So I'm surprised about how almost the indestructibility or the toughness of these headphones. They're these are, when you just hold them in the hand and try to squeeze or just shake them, you can tell it's because it's plastic, but it's also metal. Like there's metal in here in the band, but even though you have some, I guess, plastic, these are the good hard plastics, not the cheap ones. So yeah, these things can also flip, like the hinge here. Like you can see this thing, right? You can basically just flip it like that, so it has more portability. So now it's small like this. So yeah, so transportation is really good because of the size. You can make it folded to be very compact, that you just saw, and the comfort is a little bit, you can feel the heft of it on the top of your head. If they reduce the weight just a little bit more, it might not be a problem, but you can still kind of feel the heaviness of it. And yeah, I don't know if I mentioned earlier, but you can change. You see the design of the headphones, right? You can change these shields, and if you and that's only possible if you go to the website. I think you can also get shields on Amazon, but you get more customizations on their website. Oh yeah, and also on top here you can see these 3 buttons, and these are your volume controls, and the center button is to pause, skip to the next song, or go back. And I think you can also activate your voice assistant with that middle button there. So yeah, these buttons are buttons that you press, they're not like touch capacitive thing, like you have to physically press on them. So yeah, so anyways, regarding the design, it looks pretty sharp, and I love the hexagon shape. Like I said earlier, you can customize these. You can take out these screws, get a different color screw. You can take out these plates or shields and get different colors. And you can also laser engrave most of them, except for, I guess, this color or white, because you can't on the website. And that's probably because if you do so, it's going to be very hard to see your logo or picture or whatever you put in here. But it doesn't have to be laser engraved. You can also get them 3D printed. So if you go to their site, at V-Moda's website, you can select the headphones. So I'm just gonna pick this one, and if you go to customize and buy right here, they give you a nice 3D model of the headphone, and you can select the materials and the design. So let's say I'm gonna go with let's see, let's go with laser engraved. See, they have different colors, so you don't have to and since I'm using rose gold on the bottom, hold on, let me go back. Okay, so on the bottom here, so I use rose gold. So now now it has the look of my headphone that I have here, right, with the rose gold accent. So now I can select. Let's try it 3D printed this time. You can select whatever color you want, and you go to design on right here. You go to design. You can even upload your own designs, but I believe they're gonna give you an extra charge. But you can get these already pre-designs for no extra charge. So like the lion head looks pretty cool. And yeah, you can change the color of the screws, so from black, silver, gold, rose gold. Yeah, so it gives a nice look here. So yeah, these headphones are pretty good. The sound quality is very on the high end side. It's Japanese certified high res audio. It's very different listening experience compared to the cheaper headphones, because you can hear the small minute details that you never you didn't hear or catch with the other headphones. The bass is really good. It's not too much, and I can see why they're going this route. There tends to be some audiophiles who are, I guess, bass anemic. That's not really a bad thing, because if you have too much bass, like certain Beats headphones, for example, it's gonna cause muddiness to where the bass will overwhelm whatever the other frequencies that you're listening, the higher frequencies, the sounds on the mid-range and the treble, the high end. It starts to lose its detail and becomes overshadowed, because you might not be able to hear that certain detail because of the overwhelming bass. The highs on these things they're not that harsh. There's probably certain other headphones where you will get fatigue because of the very high harsh sounding highs, where the hi-hats, the tops, like that hit, it kind of hurts your ear or something. But these they're not that bad. But they still sound great, even though the highs, I guess, are a tiny bit recessed to protect your hearing. These things still sound very clear. The high notes are still crispy, so the bass is still pretty, like it's still there. You still get a good amount of bass. It's very punchy. It shows itself, and same for the highs. It's still there. You're not losing anything, and also the mids are also good as well. So yeah, so basically, overall comfort is all right in my book. It could be a little bit better, but it's okay. The connectivity, the buttons are simple, easy to use, and connection is easy. It's just using a switch, and overall these are solid headphones. Build quality is really good, and it's very portable. So yeah, overall I highly recommend getting these V-Moda headsets.